Hey, hello everyone. Nimbaramucha nyena abatoro kati mu bitinisa byanyu nasemerewa muno kubanchaho programu yaitu enungi eibarukweta iraka rya Tooro kuruga heri ya mahanga mu rujungu kibarukweta Voice of Tooro from the Diaspora. So omukiro kinuna ntwere muno omugisa n'okusemererwa kwingi okubanchaho omugeni waitu omukuru okubeire tulindirire okurugaira naira obarukweta Mr. Ainganiza Weldison. So omukaire kanuna alhamu naitu hiya ina Team TV studio mukama asobeire okumukihichaho kandi nsemerirwe muno okuba connected with this great man of God in Tooro. So ninja kumubanchaho n'abagaho hamu naire mbaire nimbasaba musharing this program to all other people whom you hope to bless, whom you need to have this insightful information. Mukama abampero mugisa lekatere ekizina kyaitu kimu nikitandika programu yaitu enuna ekizina kikuja kutera nibakyete kirale kikaterwa omu abatooro baitu omu enzarwa ya Tooro bakweta Moses Kidamba. So on here on our Team TV, we promote our traditional songs, both at home and internationally. And in Team TV, we are the voice for the voiceless. Here on our Team TV, we speak with the men of influence and we see how they succeeded to become what they are today. Here on our Team TV, we host politicians and they tell us objectives which they have done for the society and their future plans to develop our community. So here on our Team TV, we are hosting successful businessmen and entrepreneurs and market their businesses here on this platform. So okirokinuna isime omu habakuru abebembezi baba gavumenti a district communication director Kabarole district and portfolio overqueta Mr. Ainganiza Wedel Wilson. He is live with us. Bless you all. Thank you for connecting live with us. Any program itatandikwa mwaka 2020 mwezi wa Desemba. Up to now, every week mukama tuheyo mugisa nitubunaho no mugeni omu buri week nitubunaho mugeni omu tubunaho muntu mukuru mutoro yaitu. Nice evening. God bless you as you are entertained with a very insightful song from one of our best traditional artists, Moses Kidamba Rally.
Amahanga kagirora atuchikawere kwera kita ije tombeke kirale tugare Tooro yafayo kirale chokusomesa Tooro yali university kitala hatimu matendekero abayitu mabebyo bulemero butegeki kunuka gali matwale embuga hazitangatanganire mihanda yona ekirale cyawe kiraha
abarambije amaterezo kabo bantangiye gukora interview yacu ariyo kugenda geta Facebook Dubai
ekirale cyokutunga magali matokente ebyamakane bibanja nyine kana akagongo Mangura bikikampo no mubisini iwe komuntu tembora kande yombekendu osomesa abana byale miti andike bitabo hotere bisine kirale cy'obumanzi ekinyakulinde hanga abanyamwenge zalinzo kizibwa na muro ekirale cyabe sekirale ekirale Oli mwebembezi weziri
programu
ngire kizibu kimaleho kyoleke kirale cyawe abantu bakimanyire okamanze ochungule kitweka bazamazima
buriyo we you think so kirale kurahira rubarutweki ihanga litafire yokombeke kirale bampinye digoromoka kirale cyawe kiraha kirale bwinazi bubi bikimanisa polifano kirale chomwe bembezi wawe kirale cya Tooro kikahuranga hamwe mukumbi kirale cyawe kiraha ine yombeke kirale abana bana bayicukuru ekibale sangaho nensi ekakimanyira nda yawe kigambo kanyenyigire mu cyokuzina ninyiri cy'abantu munuka okombeka ekirale nino kunira ntibundi bantaroho kigambo balikinyetugiraho mutabani juma omukika kiri nadikawa bana banyamwenge kaswa basita bambale kirale cyawe kirale bwinazi bubi bikimanisa polifano kirale mbezi wawe kirale cya Tooro kikahuranga hamwe kirale cyawe kiraha kirale bwinazi bubi bikimanisa polifano kirale cyawe
webale muno Moses kigamba arayi okusobola okusemeza Tooro yaitu webale muno Moses kigamba arayi habwekyo kizine kirungi ekiwatire kyagara Tooro yaitu hamutindo ekiwatire kyasobora kuleta amakuru amarungi agokwegesa ensi yaitu okusobora okukurakurana n'okugaruka hamutindo gw'amaani mukama yongere kuba omugisa kandi ntija kuba gora mpitera music yawe naita Abu anytime ntija kweta. Then Honorable Ainganiza Stephen Welda twasemererwa muno kurora hiya ina Film TV ekintu kingize kinkwetaga kumanyisa hanuna mu Abu Dhabi ndi connected live with you mu kibuga kikuru kya Abu Dhabi capital city ya United Arab Emirates. Hanuna tine kitongole kya Tooro nibakyeta KE Cooperative Association. So I'm one of the leader for this organization. So we have like an event or any outgoing program. So mukubanza twabanza kusima okuhonoringa our invitation because we value you, man of God. We value Honorable at a level of, at a district level, at a national level. They appreciate you for all the great things that you are doing for Uganda government and for people of Tooro Kingdom. So omukere kanuna nina abantu bengi bamazire kurora when I'm advertising you everywhere that we are privileged to host a great man from Tooro. So abantu bengi bankabuza who is Honorable Ainganiza Stephen. So omukere kanuna twatwara omugisa okuha akagiso okusobora kweyanjura abahuririza baitu ekyo kwetaaga omanye nti programu yaitu eri mu ndimi ibiri, eri mu rulimi orutooro kandi no mu rulimi orujungu. So akazindaro nakakukwata sebo osobole kweyanjura abantu baitu abali connected live with us on this program. I'm sure they are going to be blessed.
Thank you, Pastor. Mukama sima muno kandi nimbasima muno abokumpereza akagisa kano kandi yongera kusima Mukama kubahereza amani n'amagezi kurwa mwatandikaho ekintu eky'omutindo ekisobora kuteraniza abantu baitu abatooro n'abantu abamahanga agandi kurora mukajja n'ekitekerezo kutandikaho TVN mwatunga abantu atunga sana abantu babo abanyakuri kunu Tooro. Nimbasima muno ibara banyeta Ainganiza Stephen Wadel, pronunciation ye Wadel, impako banyeta Arali kandi uruganda rwange mba muhinda nzarwa aberi kandi nzarwa mu kitweke kibakweta Irinda Kabahango umukana bagweta Kabahango buhe sub county Bunyangabu district baitu ninkora na Kabarore district. Ndi umuseija owaswire nani nyina umukazi nyina abana basatu omwana omumba mweta Stephen Nsinguzi ala university na Mariera mu kwezi kwa Oktoba kwezi kwa mwenda n'abana amara kusoma. Then nyina ondo bakweta Priva Ampaire Priva ogwali mu kyaka 3 nyina ondo bakweta Ainganiza Elijah ogwali mu P1 no abana basatu nyina abo kuzaro wange kandi ndiomu omunyamakuru somere ebyamakuru kandi mutendeki ebyamakuru mu Kabarole district. Nkatandika kazaliwa mu kitweka kya Njojo mu kitweka kibakweta Muhangi Kabirizi nisangwa Nyabuharwa Njojo district no nazalirwe na kurayo na nyina nyowe na mara na rugayo mbwire mazire kora P7 kukora kurungi nkaya aggregates 8 banyeta Nyakasura school baita Bugama Kasarwa ndi ikichweke kinavugire mu Rundi family ya mama wange yakaberi family etakwesobora so nubona gambire ntati nyina kusera family isenyo na mbereri basokuntwara bakanteka mu isomero Rundi awiro obo mwaka gwe wenda inana na musanju kinana na munana mwana wihayuga aggregates 8 akabari mwana mugezi muno bakanyeta Nyakasura school nagenzere baitu amagenda igange gakaba gatali marungi muno kaba ninsera kasente nikagukuna kuno wakunyukira na nyukira nagenda Nyakasura kusoma natandika senior 1 nasoma senior 1 nkaba ncyagitandikire natunga ebizibu bingi muno na rwara amaiso naenda kugwiraro he had some family conflicts nkatunga ebizibu munamaka nambere nkaba nyizira mbaise nyowe so kusoma kwalema bantwara milago bansemeza amaiso still naikara nkubi omutwe gwantalibaniza muno ebyokusoma nabireka obu nabirekere ebyokusoma ebyo nkaba mazire omwaka gumu nkaba ndi akajja kurora omujungu naija nantabara asindikira omuntu kuruga Kabarole hospital naija kuntabara mu kyaro nkaba nimusamusanju nimukulima mu musiri nibanyetayo bakwesere ija ali omuntu warikwenda kukaguza omusaija ogu dokita ogu bamweta dokita bamuhiga akaba ali nakora Buhinga hospital by that time akaba nakora Kabarole hospital kandi lecture at Mountains of the Moon University. Aliyo nakuleta ndati ogu akaba dokita wamazire kunsemeza ogireho mwaka 12 milago aho natungira mano kujwara bwangu kwiruka kwija Kabarole banseningira alo ikuru senkati nyowe Blanden hati akafatali akaba naikara bukwali aho anseningira amazire kunseningira bantwara Kaganda hospital kusangwa Kasese nsemeza omuntu akwiti uga Kagando barara nyikara na Dr. Kaif twabiro kugenda Kampala nambara akaba naikara Rubowa estate sorora ebizu byange binkaba ninda okukora then finally tukarahamu birokano kwekera nyuma ya Easter andekera ndugayo kyonka musorora ankaguza n'ugaruka kusoma mugamba ati nkujja kusobora habo kuba mu family yitu alimu obuzibu bwingi muno alimu conflicts nyingi muno ba step mothers bange tebakwenda nsome nibandwanisa n'ebina n'aba step sisters and brothers so omusijja ogwo atukale ndugayo baitu hanyuma ya wiki nka 2 kajja kurora nibansera still antumira omujungu ejantabara Kagote genda Kagote ubu nakireyo nkajja kurora nibantereza ebintu omufalisi ebyokusoma n'ebintu bindi byona na school fees ngogaruka Nyakasura osome nkagaruka Nyakasura isenyo wantwara ngarayo baitu nagarukireyo nkanimanya ninjja kusigaramu baroze results zange zwe mwaka gunyakoire bakasanga zirunge muno so bagamba ogende musinye ya kabiri natandika kusoma Pastor, I don't know if it is okay if I can explain it in English. Hello?
Yes, very good.
Yes.
That's what people love most.
Yes. Yeah, I'm called Waddell Stephen, and
continue.
yes, I'm called Waddell Stephen, and I'm a journalist by profession. I'm born from Western region. I was born in Chenjeje district, but later migrated to my father's place in Nyangabu, Kabahango Parish, Hesab County, where I've been staying. But recently I stay in Port Potro and I work with the Kabarole district and I'm the district communication officer. Regarding my background, how I started, of course, I'm a married person. I have 3 children. One is called Musinguzi Stephen. The second one is called the Ampere Preba. He's aged 10. And the third one is called the Ainganiza Elijah. Those are the children that God blessed me with. I told you I'm working with the Kabarole district, but my background is not a very good one. I'm someone who is a victim of domestic violence. I have suffered a lot with my education. So I started after my primary 7. I got 8 aggregates, and in the year 1987-88, getting a first grade, it was a tug of war. So when I performed well in the school, I was the first, and were only 4 who passed in Division 1. So I was admitted at Nyakasura School. On admission, I went there. Most of the materials, the goods that I used, and even the school fees was a contribution from the relatives and friends. So I had to go to Nakasura school. Reaching there, I suffered a lot. I got eye problems. I had a lot of headache, and I almost ran mad. So I decided to go to. I was taken to hospital. I was taken to Milago. I was operated by one called Dr. Kaif, and Dr. Kaif is from England, who was working with the African Inland Nation. So from there, I went back home, and still, I was suffering with the domestic violence. My stepmothers and my stepchildren were fighting me a lot because I had gone into a good school. So it was not easy for me. So what I decided to leave education. I stayed home, but God cannot forget someone. So I saw one day when I was in the garden at around one digging, and someone called me from home, and that someone who has come there. And by that time in the village coming a vehicle, there was the Suzuki vehicle, the small one. So doctor came looking for me, and when I asked him what is the problem, he said Dr. Kite wants to meet you. So I met him in Kabarole. After Kabarole, my auntie signed for me on paper, medical form, and then I was taken to Kagando where he had done a second operation. And from Kagando, I was taken to Barara with the doctor, just enjoying life with him and he just counseling me. I went with him and to his residence in the Luboa estate. I stayed there for almost a month with him. But when the children were resuming the school, he asked me, Stephen, are you are not going back to school? I said, no, my father is poor, is unable to take me to school, and then I have a problem with my family. They are fighting. There is nowhere we can get the money. So he gave me transport. I came to Fort Potro, and he gave me 2 weeks. And asked me that you go and visit one of the Muzungus who was staying, one of the whites who was staying in Kabote estate here in Port Potro. So after the 2 weeks, I went and visited the Muzungu. The Muzungu was happy to see me. He gave me the tuition. He gave me the goods that all his children require to go to a good school. So I was taken back to Nyakasura. Reaching Nyakasura, because I had missed 1 year without going to school, I found someone called the deputy called Mr. Cooper. Mr. Cooper checked in my previous performance and found I had performed well, above 80, and he decided to take me in senior two. From there, I started studying, but he's still in conflict, he's still in pain, and he persisted a lot. With God was helping me a lot, and as I persisted, then I finished the senior four. After senior four, I went to Kampala. I said, now let me shift from Port Portal to Kampala. Went to Kampala Senior Secondary School, and I was in a day school. I started in a day school. I was staying with my uncle, but my uncle was a drunkard. So I reported to the Muzungu that I cannot sleep and I can't read because of my uncle. So I shifted to the Muzungu's home. I stayed there alone since he was someone who is mobile. He's in Kenya, he's in Rwanda, he's in Congo, he's in Southern Sudan. So the doctor is always mobile. So I stayed alone, and alone in the house, of course, I cannot read, and the sleep comes. So I told him, please, may you help me and take me to a boarding school. He took me to boarding session, and I started studying in boarding, and I was very good and performing well at school. But unfortunately, during the senior six exams, I fell sick. It was like diarrhea. Blood was oozing out of my body, and I had a lot of pain, and I don't know how it came. So, and that time we are celebrating Easter, and we are doing exams in 1996. That's when I did my senior six, and we are doing exams in April. So I was admitted at a clinic. I knew that my life had gone now. I had failed, and with the whites, they want people who have performed well, and they don't want absenteeism. They don't people who are doing well in academically. So I I was admitted for almost a week. I did my exams on admission. So, and the students, my colleagues could come and pick me, just carry me and they take me in the room, then bring me back in the room. But what I noticed during that time of my examination, I could feel a lot of headache, feel a lot of pain, but God was happy with me, was so merciful with me, is that I could not go out to be because of the what, because of the theory, but I kept on feeling a lot of headache, and I did the exams. After the exams, I came to Fort Potro, but in Fort Potro, because I was a very good guy, I was very clever, and I knew I was going to the university to study, to become a teacher. So that was my dream of becoming a teacher and teaching maybe in a secondary school or maybe in a tertiary institution. So I failed, and I did not stay home. I decided to stay with my uncle, I mean my sister, my aunt in Charsozi. I was digging tomatoes and what. The exams came, and we had it on the radio that exams had come. So I feared to go to pick the exams because I knew I had failed. So I went to Kampala and got my cousin, and I told her, please, can you go to the school and get my results? Why fear going to the school? I said, I was very clever. And I did the exams when I was very sick. I know I have got 0 points. I can't appear before my administrators and even some of the students. So I was shedding tears. So what I did, I had to stage at the Kampala Parents primary, and for her, she went to collect the results. Upon coming, she showed me the results, and it was an excitement. I had passed. I only failed to go to the university on government sponsorship by 1.5 points. So I had got 13 points, and I was very, very happy. But still, with a lot of excitement, I said, maybe these ones are not my results. Let's now go. I got the courage, and let me go and find out from the administrators if it is my results. So the deputy told me, yes, these are the results, but you failed to go to the university by 1.5 on government sponsorship. So I said, that's very good. Thank you, God, for what you've done. I think I will have to go now to any, since I have no money to go to to on government, maybe to go to the university on private, I can go for a diploma in the a government aided the institution. Then I will upgrade and get a degree. So I was taken to Masindi National Teachers College. That is 1996 when Voice of Tooro had just opened. So I went to Masindi NTC. I started just one term. I did not even complete the term. I ran mad. So I left all my things and left. I went to Kampala for treatment. In the Kampala, they told me you have no any disease. There is nothing in the head. But I was feeling a lot of pain, and I was referred now to Mbarara. I went to Mbarara. I found someone from Germany, a doctor from Germany, just checked me and said, the eyes, there is nothing, but we see there is blood that is coming. We find there is results tell us you have a lot of pain. They were giving me injections in the eye, injections in the neck to give me relief, but it did not help. So I had to come home in Fort Potro. I now stopped studying. I left the things at the National College, so I stopped. But while in Fort Potro, staying like 2 years, I said, now what do I do? I started just getting some relief. I went to a primary school. I started teaching in primary. I was a very good teacher, and the first 2 years, I managed to to help the school get some first grades. That was Kabahango Primary School. They got first grades, and they had never got a first class, I mean a first grade in their time. So I went to Canon Apollo Teachers College where I studied and for a certificate. But coming back, I said maybe teaching in primary won't help me because I need to help very many people. So I picked courage and I had to go for journalism. When I was still teaching, so I had to go to for a diploma in journalism in Kagadi. So I did in Kagadi, and the university. I mean the institution is called URDT of Professor. There is a certain man who started it, and he was doing. They were doing some vocational those. People doing tailoring, people doing agriculture, people doing what. But for me, I decided to take journalism. I did well and I finished my diploma from there. Then, but I did it when I was teaching. So I could go on weekends, then come back early in the morning, I'm in class. Then on Friday, I get a taxi and then I go to Kagadi at Musesezi College and study. I passed well. Then from there, I came to Vice of Tooro as an intern student, and they looked at how I was performing. They gave me the position of assistant news editor. I stayed there for some time. Then from there, I left and went to to Life FM. At Life FM, they were promising me some good salary, but reaching there was a disappointment. It turned into a volunteer job. But I was so hardworking and I was reporting. So I was reporting at the same time for Voice of Tooro and doing the reporting, Uganda Radio Network. I was reporting for Daily Monitor, and the Daily Monitor also could not pay me, so I switched to Ready Paper, and I was working with Ready Paper. So those were the companies that were helping me and getting me some salary when I was suffering at Life FM. But in 2010, Voice of Tooro still had to look to review into my performance and called me, said, Stephen, can you come and be a news editor? So I came back in 2010, January, then I started working with the Voice of Tooro as the news editor. And today I also do editing the news, but in 2016, I was, they advertised in Kabarole district. So I had to apply and I was taken to Kabarole district as the district communication officer. While there, I do lecturing at the Uganda Pentecostal University. I do lecturing the television, radio, and the television production. I do lecture broadcasting, news writing and reporting, and advertising and marketing. Those are some at the Uganda Pentecostal University. But I still work with the Cabrole district. So in 2010, I got a vision of starting an NGO, but it started as a community-based organization. So I started the community-based organization operating in Buhesi called the Platform for the Needy. Platform for the Needy is was a community-based organization, but I upgraded in 2014 to NGO. So I registered it as NGO. We are now permitted to work in the whole of Uganda. And Platform for the Needy, we advocate for the rights of women, children, and youth, specifically looking at the vulnerable people. So it's a platform for the voiceless, and we are fully registered. We have the website. It's called www.platformfortheneeded.org. So we have programs we are focusing on. We focus on health issues, creating a lot of awareness in the public. We go to communities and conduct dialogues. We go to communities and conduct health conferences. We have a radio program called the Family Clinic Radio Program on Voice of Tooro, which runs every Monday, 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. We also have a drama that runs called Bahemuka Drama, which runs on Voice of Tooro from Monday up to Friday, with the aim of creating awareness on the social, health, and economic aspects of life that affect people. We also have programs of human rights advocacy, gender-based violence. We have education for vulnerable children. So far, we have around 200 children who are registered, but we are now catering for around 60 children who are vulnerable. We mean the orphaned and needy children that need support. We support them with scholastic materials. We support them with the tuition, at least half of the tuition that is required. We support them with uniform, scholastic materials like books, textbooks, pencils, pens, uh, soap that help the child to remain in school. Why did I start that organization? I started that organization because I was a victim of domestic violence, and I was also helped by someone I didn't know, and that is Dr. Kai. And it's called Dr. Kite Waddell. People wonder where I got that name Waddell. So I originated that name from Dr. Kite because it is a symbol of memory or remembrance that he did something for me and even for the community. So whatever I'm doing now, and even the opportunity you have given me, it's because of Dr. Kite. Had it not been Dr. Kite maybe extending a helping hand to me, I wouldn't have even featured on your TV. So whatever I do it because of Dr. Kite, because he rescued me, he gave me the education, and I'm doing some great, I think I'm doing some great work for the people of the Rwenzori region, because we create a lot of awareness, and people know they we do a lot of counseling on issues of gender-based violence that we receive, and we do a lot of education and sensitization on HIV/AIDS, human rights, and people know us, even malaria campaigns. We do a lot of those programs. So this organization is well registered with the Cabroli district, with the Port Potro Tourism City, and with the NGO board, National Bureau, and even with the RASB. So we are fully registered. Right now, we are attracting supporters. We are attracting volunteers from all over the country. We want even, we are seeking for ambassadors from each country. We have an ambassador from New Zealand, the student. We have an ambassador from Nepal, but right now is a medical student, is a medical intern in US. We have another one from the US. Is also doing medical. Is an ambassador. We have uh, volunteers from Abu Dhabi. We have, if you check on our website, you will find them there. They are doing some marketing. We have volunteers from Dubai. We have volunteers from Turkey. We have volunteers from United States. We have volunteers from UK. We have volunteers from at least some of the major countries. So they are helping us in doing the work of good. And we still want more volunteers. We still want more interns. We still want ambassadors to represent us, to spread the word of this, the brand of this organization, and even to attract more partners in the in in those countries, so that we can scale up our work. So that is in Ainganiza. What else? And I do some training at the radio station. I'm a mentor. I do some training of the journalists. I will hold some meetings and train them on some development journalism, conflict and sensitive journalism, human rights, democracy. So we do a lot in journalism. But here in the Rwenzori region, we still have a problem with media people. They lack objectivity, principles of journalism, if in the objectivity, balance, and fairness, and they are still missing, and they need a lot of sensitization programming. Yes, hello.
Oh, thank you very much. Wonderful man of God, Honorable Ainganiza Welden Stephen Arai, amazima gonyini Mutoro Nyakabara, kandi nshima mukama akwera amani ngomeze kusobora gukora Tooro n'omutima gumu. Really, we should value so much the great things that you are really doing to bring influence in our Tooro people. Hanuna programu eno ya Voice of Tooro from the Diaspora twakahostingaho ba journalists nka basatu. You are the third, by the way, and actually you are the best according to my observation. You are the best. They are also very good, but you are the best. So mukama
Thank you.
kusobora okutuhisaho yesinja kuba connectinga in case they need any consultation, in case they need counseling and guidance. Then you see how you can make them become more expertise them like you. So I think if I break out the names, you may be knowing some of them because they are common and it's of God. So ekintu ekindijjo ekimberemyekaaga okusiimaho habw'okutandikaho a program for the needy.
Thank
This
you.
one I'm very happy for this, and it really gives you a credit even to be a national leader, not only a district leader, because what you are doing is developing everyone internationally. So I'm very happy.
Yes, Pastor.
Yes, here on our Team TV, we need great people who have passion to develop everyone, who has passion to help everyone, same exactly like you. So, I think that indeed, you may own speak one of our speakers whom I will connect with you later. He's called Dr. Mugisa Edward Apuli. So he's currently staying in Botswana, but he's a real Mutoro Nyakabara. So I'm sure he
Where's he staying?
He's staying in Botswana.
Botswana.
Yes. So
okay.
I'm sure
What I would like to say, Pastor, something that I did not talk about, we do some charity campaigns, and a testimonial that I have, there is a guy who had been taken to Dubai for Cheyo, and he is called Brian. Brian was diagnosed in Dubai. He was 27 years, and it was found that he had an open he had a hole in his heart. So he was operated, but he came back when he was very ill, and he had the family sold whatever they had, the land and all the property to treat him, taking him to Kenya. They had installed the device that you could not that was not in Uganda, so he had to get a flights to Nairobi, get medicines, and even for the case management. So he approached me, and we had done a charity here at Voice of Tooro. I was leading that charity for a family that had where her husband had neglected the family, and that family was triplets. He neglected the triplets, abandoned them, and disappeared from the village. So, and they were very young. So I launched a charity campaign, and I was able to raise some money from the public, and then we constructed the house. We bought clothes. People brought clothes for that for the triplets and all the properties that they needed. So the family now settled. After that, so this man was brought to me, and we also launched a campaign. We raised the money, and he could be taken to Nairobi for pacemaker management and treatment, and later here in Port Port. But now the good news is that right now he can even move, he can even officiate. He's now the MC at places, but he had no hope that he would get cured. So recently we did another one. We are mobilizing funds for someone who has bones problems. I don't know the scientific word I can use right now. I'm not ready, but he has been taken to Kumi for treatment, for an operation, for the first operation of one of his legs, and another campaign is still coming in for the second leg operation. So there are many people who normally approach us, and they need they need some support, we do some charity, and we contribute some few money, and at least people contribute just on social media, contribute on at the Voice of Tooro. They bring cash, they bring whatever. We go to churches, we partner with churches, we move to schools, and they contribute whatever they have, and then to save the lives of the people. So that's what I do, and I must say in the radio stations, and I've been the lead person for these charity campaigns to fundraise for people with complex diseases.
Okay. Okay, thank you very, very much, man of God, Honorable Enganiza Welda Stephen Arali, for a very, very charity activities that you are doing to support our Tooro community. And I'm very sure there is very many Abatoro na Abatoro kati abalyoko ahero abali mukuru abamweje mbera niyemu, and they need a really divine helper like you support them and for them to restore their health.
Yeah, true.
So by the end of this program, I will need the details of your organization, this non-profitable organization which is helping the needy, like your office address, like your email, like your website details, such that people will reach out to follow up and see how they can stand with you to see that that your project is going viral to support everybody. Because some people will need help and some people will need to support it. Then I think Chakaviri, do you have more objectives on this project program for the needy? Because I see according to our today's dialogue, it is like a center of interest. Because like a journalist, I'm sure you did ask, and you have like a heading. Yeah. So this one is what is the base, is what we really need on this program. And really we are so proud to have a very, very beautiful, a very helping person, a very person that has passion for our Tooro community, for our Tooro region. So we are very, very happy. So do you have more testimonies or objectives or the previous activities that you have done in this project program for the needy?
Yes, there are many programs, of course, that we have done. Recently, we also worked with the US community. They are like a community that you have, like they are in Abu Dhabi. So worked with the US community with the Reverend Sarah Kachio, and they raised some money also. We had to launch here and, locally and raised some money. There was a man who had he was involved in an accident, but he had a problem of ensemble, ensemble epilepsy. So he had that problem, and so yeah, it's very dangerous. So he was involved in an accident. So the woman also abandoned him with the children. There are 3 children. So we went there and rescued the children. We had to pay money for at Bukwali Primary School, money for the children. The child who was in primary 5 up to P7, and the one who was in P3 up to P5. We covered everything, lunch and fees. We also bought food and the everything delivered to the man. So Reverend Kacho also managed to take him to the hospital in Kampala, was checked and he was treated, was able now to move around the home. So that's another testimony I can give. There was another gentleman from Harbaho who came to the radio station looking for me, and he wanted to he had an eye problem. He had lost one of his eyes, and he was left with one, so he needed some money for an operation. He's very poor. We mobilized the money, and he was operated from this clinic here in Fort Portal, Fort Portal, just close to Centenary Bank. So that man is now good. He can read, he can move, he can do his work. Is okay. There is another one coming in. Also, he has an eye problem. He has already written in. We are yet to start the campaign, like maybe tomorrow or Tuesday. But I'm not feeling well. The moment I start feeling well this week, I will start the campaign. So he needs around the 3.5 million. He wants to go to Mbarara for an eye operation or for eye operation, but he has no money. He's an orphan, so he's also there, and he needs some money. We have done for many people. We have contributed the books, the fees for the children. Some guy who had been admitted to, there's a boy called the Joel Pesengereze, who had been, he had got 9 points, I mean 9 aggregates from Chebambe Modo. He was admitted to Nyakasura school. Reaching in Nyakasura school, he had no fees, he had no what, he could not get even a single report uh, in his time. So he was taken to Fort Portal SS. At Fort Portal SS, he experienced the same because he had no money to pay for tuition. So he went home. When he had platform for the needy, he came looking for us. So we took him to one of the schools in Kampala. He was there, but he became stubborn, so I had to get him back. I had to take him to Mpanga Senior Secondary School. He's now doing well in Mpanga Senior Secondary School. In Senior 4, he got 22 aggregates. He was among the best, and he's now doing PCB at Mpanga. He's in Senior 5, and he's doing well. He can give a testimony. He's one of our first products that is we are proud of. And our dreams is to have many of our vulnerable children attain the education. And even 20th of this month, we are going to give scholastic materials and some tuition to the student, to our children. And this one was a contribution from one of the intern students who was doing software, but he launched a fundraiser with a mom in the community. So they had to raise some money around the around 1,700 US dollars, and just dedicated to support the children of the vulnerable children here in Tooro. So on 20th, we are going to distribute the items, and I will be giving you the pictures. And on our social media, you can see at Platform for the Needy. You can get us. You can go on our website still at www.platformfortheneedy.org. And Instagram, we are on at the platform for the needy. Then on Twitter, we are at the platform needy. So we are all there. At YouTube, it is platform for the needy. So we are there, and we are committed to supporting the community, provided God keeps us alive.
Okay. Okay, thank you very much, man of God, Honorable Ainganiza Werida, Stephen Arai, for a great work that you are doing to help our people, especially the needy, especially the privileged person. So it is very, very important to create destiny in people's lives. So ekintu ekindi ekimbere nyetaaga kukabuza kiri nti when did you become like the the information officer Kabarole district and communication
Yes.
director for Tooro? When did you get the office for information officer Kabarole district?
I got it in 2016. That was in March. And that's when I started working with the Cabrol as the district Cabrol information officer. But later in 2020, 2019, they changed now the position, the title is now the communication officer. So I'm the district communication officer.
Okay.
And I've been there as, of course, as a mentor. I look at the communication. I do train people on communication strategy. I do PR for that district. We produce some magazines that talk about the district accountability for the years. So that's what we have been doing, and interacting with the partners in the district.
Okay, very, very good work, man of God. We are so humbled to have a great person like you here on Akim TV. So we thank you for you have already shared your contact details. You said platform for the Midday YouTube channel,
Yes,
all right?
it
So
is.
I
It is a
invited you.
platform for the need. Yeah, when you
Okay,
just when you Google platform for the need, you'll see platform for the need. YouTube. You see us on Twitter. You see us on Instagram. You can see us on the website and on some
what is the
organizations
website?
where we have our campaign.
What what is the
The
website?
website is www
Hmm.
dot platform
www.
for the need dot platform for the need
Yes.
dot org
www.
dot platform for the needed dot org.
Okay. So I will drop it here on our screen. I will drop it on
Mm.
screen so everybody can visit the website. I'm sure website has every information,
It
especially
has the
well
information.
updated.
It has my contacts and telephone number, WhatsApp number. You can get me on +256 782
So this
442866.
so before we get contact number, is this website correct?
Yeah, it is on the website.
This website which you see on the screen, is it correct?
Hello? I've not seen it yet.
I I, I have dropped the website on our screen, on our studio screen.
Mm.
Do you see that is it correct? Because people will take it to revise and verify this organization. Because one time I will invite you to talk about only this program, platform for the
Mm.
needy.
Okay.
So that time, I encourage you to go and prepare because today has been only introduction. I'm very sure that our dear viewers, our dear followers, our dear listeners already knows you very, very well from A to Z. And many people love to support your programs, and many people are privileged
Mm. Thank you.
Nompura.
Yes, I can get you now, but in the previously I could not get you.
Okay. I think it is network difficult. So I said,
Mm.
in the message I'm hearing that.
Hey, Charlie, nice to meet you.
Yes. So in the
Thank you
message
very
I'm
much for
hearing
being
that.
innovative.
Yes. So ninzira
Mm.
enkende
True, true.
basunda benkende. So
Yes, I'm going to add you
okay,
on our platform for the Vahinda.
thank you very much.
I'm the
So
secretary for the Vahinda.
very nice.
And we have a meeting on 10th. We have a meeting, for a
Mm,
regional meeting for all the people in Tooro.
okay. So it will be online.
It won't be online, it is just on site. Because most of the
Okay.
people, we are just doing the registration. So if you know people, you can just send me the number and I add them and they see how we can arrange the online one.
Okay. Okay, then that is
Mm,
nice.
mm.
So
So
okay,
that,
it is well. It is well. So we will work on hand to see that we are all together succeeding. We are all together making progress. So Ekimbere Ngambere, sometime before when network brought some
mm,
disconnection, Mbalizeo, next time I will host you, talk about the platform for the media only as
mm.
as the program. Like if you have
Okay.
any entrepreneurship related business,
Mm,
we will talk about. So I think
mm,
Kindilio Takagenzeri, what
mm.
challenges do you face when you are helping people through your project in the platform for the needy?
Most of the
What challenges?
challenges they get a lot of we have overwhelming numbers of clients, of people who come to our offices, or those who reach us on through telephone numbers, just calling us and seeking for assistance. And we have very many people of gender-based violence. Here in Tooro, people, they still need education. They need still to learn how to respect. Couples should relate to each other. So very many numbers of women call us, very many numbers of men call us to telling us they are being victimized, they are being battered by their couples. So we also have a very big number of people, of our clients, coming to seek for assistance, like people with complex diseases. Now, for example, in the program, we have around 4 people, and they want assistance, like the person seeking 3.5 for the eye operation. We have another one who is seeking for also an operation. He was burnt. The baby was burnt on the face by Vixie. So they want to take him to the hospital. We have another lady who also has compli- complication still with the heart. We have another one who has a complication of the kidney, also approached that to raise the money, but he could not manage. And even that one I have told you has been taken to Kumi for an operation for the bone surgery. One leg is being operated, and we still need to mobilize and get more funds for the second, and that is the challenge. Also, the number of needy women and the orphans who come to our organization seeking for support. Depends, sometimes we get yet funds, but we don't have sustainable funding, whereby every time you are able to raise maybe funds for the children, support around 200 or maybe 100 plus children who have applied. If in this time you are supporting them, and maybe the second time you don't support, you don't have the money, you now mobilize the second, third term, that's when you get. So there is unsustainability, apart with the exception of few children that we can support. So the rest you find that we have unreliable funding to support them, and even people locally. The challenge is that we have locally people are not all generous to supporting maybe causes or programs. So when even you start a project, maybe a campaign, and you launch a fundraiser and seeking for support, you move, you have a graphic just moving around the social media seeking for support on WhatsApp, on Twitter, on Facebook. You cannot attract people to support you, and maybe you can see the little support coming from the international community. So those are the major problems that we have really experienced in the organization, as maybe I will be explaining further when I'm given an opportunity next time. So that's why
Okay.
we are seeking for partnerships. We are seeking for ambassadors from different countries who can apply to us and maybe be ambassadors, spread the gospel, spread the message or the information about the organization, the brand, and even they can mobilize in their communities. They have some volunteers who can come in and support maybe different programs. Most especially, our focus is for people who are so vulnerable, those children and the women. We have recently we had a surge of girls who got pregnant at an early age, and they need some support, maybe some vocational training. They need some seed capital in maybe support them in agriculture, maybe support them in some few businesses that they would do, but you find they are alone and they are even neglected by the perpetrators. So that is the challenge that we are getting.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay. Thank you very much, Arali. I will not repeat anything of this because your voice is very audible and clear. And every person is a person that is cannot hear. This time can hear. Even the blind can see what you are doing for our Tooro community.
Yeah,
So we
thank
are
you
so
very
so
much.
humble. Yes, we are so humbled and privileged. Umanyira abantu abakiri obuyingi mwana wa mao bekora bataberozeri.
Mm,
Yeah,
mm.
so baitu are ekintu ekiri visible n'omuntu w'amaiso nakirora. So
Mm.
mukama ayebale okugora enyunyuzi eyakwata nyamusani ensi yona ekagirora. Then
Thank you.
ekintu ekindi ekimbere ninyetaaga kugira okusaba kiri nti on this platform Voice of Tooro from the Diaspora. Actually, personally, Pastor Eben Kirkaija Apuli, I'm the founder for this program.
Yeah.
And we have a vision of having a team television to be one of the very first international television stations that will be based in Tooro, and it is working across the globe, same like you see Al
That's good.
Jazeera. Yes,
Mm,
so we have
mm.
this vision, and it will be based on Christian. It will be based on Christian, then secular materials will be revised, same like you see LTV and Salt TV. And we believe
Yes,
with God
we
also.
are very glad.
Yes, you know, it is good to dream big, and we said at least 5, 10 years goals. It is ways, and you do possible goals, possible achievements to attain them.
Mm,
At the
mm.
right time, yeah, they come to pass. Then I think to engage your program and our next progress, because at least we have managed to have a speaker every week and unlimitedly without missing. So in the program indeed tumazira organizing that in 9 months we have seen that our program is very, very educative, our program is very, very entertaining, our program very, very helpful to our Tooro society, and we see that we need to reach out to many people to listen to us, because we discovered that our Tooro people can become better when they study, when we teach them. Like if you need your child to be better in future, you have to take your child to a better school such that your child can attain education and get what they really is meant to be in life. So same applies to our people. They can be more better and increase, and we make sure that there is no income inequality by educating everybody. So we can do it not only through radio stations, but we can also do it on our online programming.
Yeah, true.
So mukama atero kugisa ya nicho kuroza most of the time nyeta abantu abali very successful businessmen baho bwakaito how God helps them to succeed. So according to our today's dialogue, noija kuroza nti abantu ababere ne bafollowinga from start until the end. Bamazire barikoganizinga bagamba maybe a young person, if you want to be a journalist, you will go to Bunyoro. There is one institute that is helping people to become journalists. It is providing a diploma at a good course, better than Makerere University. All right? So,
Yeah, but what I can add there, something that maybe I did not tell people, is that after getting the diploma, when I started working with the Voice of Tooro in 2010, so I said I have to get a degree because in the future, I mean, in my dream, I was coming from a humble family, a poor family, and there is no degree which had come dropped in our family. So I said I needed to get a degree and amidst all the challenges. So I had to sponsor myself for a degree. I went to Uganda Pentecostal University. That's where I got a degree, and which enabled me now to become the district communication officer. And without being the qualification of the degree, you can't be a communication officer. So a diploma I couldn't. So I have a diploma in journalism. I have a degree in journalism and mass communication. I also have a diploma in entrepreneurship. That's why you see just looking at to
Okay, thank you very much. Okay. Ebigambo bwatembayo okubaza ebigambo nka bitano tenabihura mbere nisaba bugarukemu.
I'm saying that after getting the diploma, so I had to pursue, continue and pursue with the studies and get bachelor's degree. So I attended the bachelor's degree in Uganda Pentecostal University. And that one will help me get the job of the district as the district communication officer, because you can't work at the district without bachelor's. So I also have a diploma. I also have a diploma in entrepreneurship. That's why you see me in being innovative to inspire others and empower the youth.
Yes. So I think ekikaguzo nyine bukaguzo bibiri. So ekikaguzo ekyokubanza mbere ninkaguza manyire twina abaana benshi ba youth obakumara university amaiso gona nibagora nibagatumisa mu government nibetaga emirimo nka district level. So bano ba youth banuna bali graduate, and there are very many people well graduated in Uganda. They are jobless. So Nova Hamagezi, the students, they are survived, and at least they get something which can give them hope, which can at least recover whatever they had invested in education, so that they don't regret of our Uganda education. Arali kutukuhura tukuhura.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes.
You can hear me now. Yes, I have heard the question. Let me answer you. I have heard the question. one the advice I can give to the youth is that they need to be patient, and they should identify themselves from where they are coming from, the background, and know who they are, their families, who they are, and their families. So the moment you have graduated, it doesn't mean you need to wait for the job from the government or maybe from the ministries and what have you. So you can start with any job, let it be a casual job. You should not wait for the white collars jobs. That's why even me, when I dropped, I started teaching. I said, let me go teaching, and I was teaching as a licensed teacher. Then from there, I had to go to Kanuna Polo. Then from Kanuna Polo for a diploma. So you keep on upgrading slowly by slowly. So you can start with a small job, and what you earn can help you in investing in another venture that can be profitable for you. So that is something that they should know. So I advise them to take whatever small job that comes into them, or maybe that they're exposed to. That's one. Two, they need to be thinkers and innovators. They should not look at government or maybe like those white collar jobs, but they can be innovative. They can start something small, like rabbit keeping, piggery keeping, and then they become investors in those projects or enterprises. So now that the government is coming up with some programs like we have a yoga, we have the Paris development model that is encouraging even the youth to participate. So I also encourage them to participate in those programs of the government so that they can empower themselves and get something as an income. And I'm looking, most of the youth look at money than not knowing how they make money. So they should not look at getting the money before they know how to make money. I think they have heard my story, how I started. I reached even to the point of working on one of the radio stations where they had taken me to get like 600,000 as my pay when I was getting 250 as an assistant editor at the Voice of Tooro, with given an allowance, given a transport and what have you. But I ended up doing volunteer at Life FM, and I was getting 200 like in a month, which they gave me as facilitation. But it was very innovative, and they had to write stories and submit to Uganda Radio Network, write even to and send to Voice of Tooro where he was working, and it was not jealousy. Most of the youth they are jealousy. If I stopped working from Akim TV and they went somewhere, then they will not even they will lose contact with Akim. That is something which is very bad. So never lose contact with the friends and people of the previous projects. So that's what I was doing, and I was very hardworking. I was writing stories, submitting, going to the field, even investing my own money to go to the field so that I can write Uganda Radio Network. I write to Red Paper, and they were paying me the money I used to build my first my house in the village for my mom. I got it from Red Paper, and very many people. Of course, at the radio station where we were working, by that time we had problems of finance and the payments they could delay, but that is the money that helped me. So had it not been that project of writing to Red Paper, I would not have built my mom a house. So that is something that I tell them, and they need to even embrace programs like these ones, education programs that inspire them. Because when you listen to a program, or maybe someone just talking how and where he has passed and where he has reached, they do inspire them, and maybe they can change. We are like, for us in a platform for the needy, we focus at mindset change, to ensure that people change their attitude, change their thinking. eh, so that they can be turned into good people who can do something good for the society. So there is nothing like now in Uganda here. Yes, we are facing a problem of inflation. Are you getting me?
Yes.
Are you getting? Yes. In Uganda, we are right now we are facing a problem of inflation. Prices of fuel are very high. Around a liter of fuel is the 6,500, 6,600, and all commodity prices, rice, sugar, meat. And let's go to agriculture prices. A bunch of matoke, the Irish potatoes, the tomatoes, the beans, peanuts, and whatever call it an agricultural produce or product is the prices are very high. They have gone high. But if someone participated in agriculture, like cultivation of maize, might be cultivation of vegetables, and cereals, he would be making a lot of money. But most of the youth today do not want to work. They don't want to engage in agriculture. That I have got a degree, I cannot do this. Right now, I have bought my sacks and I'm going to start urban farming in my family and in my home. I want to use that compound for urban farming. So, and I want to use it as a model for the people around me to come and see what I'm doing with the polythene bags that they normally throw in they normally throw in a environment to destroy the environment, to degrade the environment, that they can be very important in agriculture, in promoting agriculture and even promoting the environment at the same time, and looking it as something that we can use to gain income, even improving getting vegetables for the improved nutrition. So we have started this. Where I'm just now collecting soil from the neighborhood, and in a few months I will start the project, and it will go on, and see what we shall be doing for the community. So I want it to be a model for urban farming, and at least the community can copy the leaf, and then we do the same. Then we can take it to other communities. So the youth need to engage in different activities. Let this one fail and look at another thing. So don't look at education and the qualification. Maybe you have bachelor's in social sciences, bachelor's in medical, bachelor's in what, but at least do something else, and
Yes.
you can do well. So I don't know if your
Okay.
background or if you have a background of journalism, Pastor. If you tell me if you can you tell me if you have the background of journalism?
Actually, for me, I'm very, very creative. Omanyire Uganda, sometimes of a somo kamara degree in a certain field, then you kamara ukajigiro bakagamba kaleta master degree, then you by district commission officer, information officer, na degree ukajireta, maybe bakakusaba masters nazo ukajireta. So sometimes you bagamba leadership is born. So, like for journalists, really, I don't have any background in journalism.
Yes,
But
that's
I
what I
have
wanted to tell you.
most of my
Yeah,
friends,
you're not a journalist.
Yes, but most of my friends
Yes.
have background in journalism.
Yeah.
Like some the
That's
people around me. Yes, yes, Arali.
Yes, that's what I was saying, that they need to be innovative and think about what they can do, an alternative. Because you are not a journalist, but you start a TV, and there is no one who is a journalist and has started a TV. So that is something that they should learn as youth.
Okay.
So they need to get
Okay.
engaged, innovative in different activities, different enterprises. Whether you are maybe someone has got a diploma in public administration, in finance, you can start something that can help you. Whether someone calls you to work at a mobile money, you can work at the mobile money, get the knowledge and financial management. You do something. You can start. You go into these savings and credits. and you start saving the little that you have from there. Then you can get a loan and start a small project around your home. These days now, Uganda, the population is growing rapidly. There is we are producing at a high speed, and there is a problem of land now. Most of our lands are fragmented, and there's small pieces. So you can just around the compound, around the road side, you can or pathways, you can do some projects and they do well. So this is something that I need. The youth need to embrace each program that comes in the government, each program that maybe a civil society organization brings. They should embrace that program and they go for that program. If I studied medical and they say there is a training for this, I will go. Yesterday I was in bed and I had one of the organizations, a researcher and innovations company. They have a training on they have a training on Thursday, on Wednesday, and they want to look at financial literacy, how we can get data, how data can help us, and starting maybe some ecosystem friendly, this environmental friendly projects. So I want also to go and attend and participate. It is free participation, so learning is free. Youth should embrace such a programs whenever they are called. Whenever we call them for these programs to train them on different things, either giving career guidance or maybe training on leadership, training on sexual behavior and something like that. We on human rights, we call them, but you see a limited number, just very few people participate and attend those trainings. So I encourage them to always embrace such a programs so that they can change their mindset.
Okay. Okay, thank you very much, man of God Arali, for very, very educative words, for very, very educative information. So nice and so educative. Thank you very much. These are comments from public. I can see one of my friends is also in the field of journalism, but for him, he's in the production department. His
Okay,
name
thank
is
you.
Steve High. Yes, so he's so educative, big thanks. You see, this one is High Tech Steve. This one is Jaseline Bayeza. Do you know this lady? So
Pardon?
some many people. Do you know Justine Bayeza?
Beyeza?
Yes.
Yes, please.
Okay, she's live. She has been following your program from start until the end. She's connected live with us and she's happy. Many people are appreciating. You see, keep up the good work. So all the comments, I don't see any questions, but I see words of congratulation. I see words of compliment only. So it means your attendance on Akim TV is very, very educative, is very, very helpful. And we appreciate you to make our today's presentation colorful and educative. So ekikaguzo ekyokumalira kimbere nyetaaga kukaguza that what, because we have seen that our youth, especially fresh graduates, should not only focus on government jobs, but should also be creative and engage in entrepreneurship businesses. So it is very important, and we thank you for your kind and very genuine answer. So ekimpe kimbijo kiri ideas to promote Tooro. So what are the ideas do you have to promote Tooro? So when you are giving ideas, there is ideas for the government benefit, and there is ideas for community development, and there is ideas to solve the problems that we are going through in Tooro. So I request to give you some ideas as we are closing. Arali Wampur. Arali. yabahuririza baitu muranganyira arali ambuzireho reka ntera akazina kamo bundarora nti ari connected line then ninja kumubahikya mubwire butari bwahara so ninja kutera akazina kimukyonka mukama abampero omugisa kana akazina nibaketa n'engoma
Wayero binyamahunde twatwa kuleto twayiga Kwatire ndongo yange kwatire ndongo yange kwatire ndongo yange twatwa kuleto twayiga Owengo bya mirota owengo bya mirota owengo bya mirota twatwa kuleto twayiga Owenga bya mirota owenga bya mirota owenga bya mirota twatwa kuleto twayiga Baisiki mchweka chweke baisiki mchweka chweke abaisiki mchweka chweke twatwa kuleto twayiga Kwatire kinyege kyange kwatire kinyege kwatire kinyege kyange twatwa kuleto twayiga Sekeranga mena iwe kijumba sekeranga mena iwe kijumba we Wole botanse kire kijumbe ngambo yango ijiba boli Tali sembera hayi kijumba nkwati hamata kwali rumba we Ikana kironge kijumba noya kankenye nyusi kijumba we ya kijumba we ya kijumba we Muriko mwitaliana kaliko Muriko mwitaliana kaliko Ashi ya wagiriyeho kinyweho banywanyi bawo bayeho banyweho Tweka mutayo yumi Ire mutayo dipoje Za woziyeho zinyweho banywanyi bawe bayeho banyweho Omuliko muliko muliko mwitaliana kaliko rugoda. Omuliko muliko muliko mwitaliana kaliko rugoda. Ndora ndora ndore by'abatobenda. Sento buziri mpwaho nditunda rwire yange. Abakyara bakanyanga sente zawe nezonkaito. Ndora ndora ndore byange ngenge. Ndora ndora ndore by'abatobenda.
Yes, araje cyari mu studio. So abantu beita bari kutugiririza nimbasima muno kwebali neno connecting hamnaite ni program yetu ni Voice of Tooro from the Diaspora. So ntemeriro muno connecting hamnaini nwena ekirundi araje abera amazire kuha his closing remarks. He has already shared to us his contacts. If you need to see his project, if you need to see him, if you need more information about Arali, our guest for today, you can follow his website www.platformfortheneedy.org www.platformfortheneedy.org. So nimbagondeze kile kirundi tutangatangane kandi rkwija n'umugenyi mukuru obarukweta Mr. Victor, one of the employee for Voice of Tooro radio station, leja kuba alhamnaite kilo cha sande rkwija yebiro byokweza abiri na kimu. Then sande yebiro byokweza abiri na munana ntija kuba n'umugenyi mukuru obarukweta Honorable Godwin RCC Potro mukama abandindire nimbagondeze kire kirungi mwebale bambye connecting hamnaitwe mwebale kwayo obwire bwanyu okusobora okwatendinga program yetu enungi yibarkweta Voice of Tooro from the Diaspora. Nimbagondeze kire kirungi mukama abandindire murale hamna Yesu. Goodbye.